In this video, I'll show you how to use ClickUp for e-commerce operations, specifically how to build an inventory and fulfillment workflow using templates instead of starting from scratch. Inventory issues like stockouts and overstock drive over 40% of lost revenue for online sellers, and most of that comes down to broken systems, not bad products. We're going to look at which ClickUp templates actually make sense, how to turn a generic one into a workflow you can reuse. I'm Erin from Ecom Mastery. Let's get into it. If you don't have ClickUp open yet, click the link below to open ClickUp so you can follow along step by step. So now I'm inside of ClickUp, and the first thing I want to do is open the template center. So how you do that is on the top right, you can click create document. Then from document on the left, it says task. On the bottom, it says templates. So we will click that, and then we are going to select use template. So as we can see here, ClickUp has a lot of templates, but most of them aren't built specifically for e-commerce. So that means the goal here isn't to find a perfect inventory template, it's to find a solid operational structure that we can adapt. So as we see here, ClickUp actually has templates across a lot of different categories. There's marketing, project management, we even have personal use, PMO, and those can absolutely be useful depending on what you're building. But for inventory and fulfillment, we need something that's built for execution, not planning or brainstorming. Operations is where ClickUp puts templates that are meant to run the business, like timelines, workflows, repeatable tasks, and processes that move in a specific order. And that's exactly what inventory and fulfillment are. These aren't one-off tasks. They're systems that repeat every week and break when the sequence is wrong. You'll see a lot of meeting and internal ops templates in here, which we are going to ignore. So the template that I'm eventually choosing here is called Event Timeline Task. Even though this is labeled for events, the name isn't what matters. The structure is what matters. Inventory and fulfillment are time-based, step-by-step processes. Products don't magically appear in stock. They move through stages like ordering, production, shipping, receiving, and fulfillment. And that's the same logic an event timeline is built around. So this template already understands that work happens in sequence. It's designed to show what needs to happen first, what comes next, and where deadlines matter. And that makes it a strong starting point for e-commerce operations, where missing one step can delay everything downstream. Okay, so now ClickUp is asking me to rename this task. So I will rename it inventory and fulfillment workflow. Your operation system should be immediately understandable at a glance. If task names are vague or generic, it becomes harder to trust the system and easier to ignore it. So clear naming sets expectations for what the task is responsible for and how it should be used. By renaming it up front, this task stops being a one-off template and now it's becoming a reusable workflow. So now you can apply it to inbound shipments, FBA replenishment, supplier orders, or even recurring inventory planning cycles. So the structure stays the same and only the details change. Now, instead of working inside an event timeline, you have a dedicated inventory and fulfillment workflow that actually reflects how your e-commerce operations run and gives you something solid to build on going forward. Now that the template is created and named, this is where most people get stuck because the wording still says event, but the structure is what actually matters. So let's go ahead and clean this up and mentally reframe it for e-commerce operations. You'll notice ClickUp drops in a getting started guide that talks about event planning. This content is helpful structurally, but not operationally relevant for inventory, so don't let the wording throw you off. Think of this task as a repeatable operational cycle, not a one-time event. Inventory and fulfillment follows the same logic. There's a clear starting point, a sequence of steps that happen in order, outside dependencies you're waiting on, and a real finish line when execution is complete. That's why this template works really well. So scrolling down, we are going to see that the template gives us 5 subtasks. We have research and goal, preparation, production, execution, evaluation. Instead of deleting these, we're going to repurpose them because they already map cleanly into e-commerce operations. So here's how we're going to think about them. For research and goal, we are going to rename this subtask, and now this phrase becomes inventory planning. So this is where you define what SKU or product this workflow applies to, whether this is an inbound shipment, FBA replenishment, or supplier order, target stock levels, reorder points, and timelines based on lead times. So instead of an event goal, this is where you answer measure what are we restocking, how much, and why. You don't need to overcomplicate it. This step is about clarity before money is being spent. Now we are going to change preparation into supplier and logistics setup. So this is where you handle supplier confirmation, purchase orders, packaging requirements, prep instructions, labeling, freight method selection. In e-commerce, mistakes here cost the most later on, so having this as a defined step prevents rushed decisions. Now production will be manufacturing or pick and pack, depending on your business model. So this is where inventory is actually created or prepared, manufacturing in progress, supplier fulfillment, quality checks, prep center coordination. The key point is that inventory is now in motion, not just planned. Execution becomes shipping and inbound execution. This is where inventory ships, tracking is active, FBA shipments are created, and deliveries are confirmed. So this is the most time-sensitive phase, and having it clearly separated helps you monitor delays and bottlenecks. Now, evaluation becomes post-inbound review. So this is where most sellers stop paying attention, but it's one of the most important steps. Here, you review received quantities versus ordered, damages or discrepancies, storage placement, sell-through performance, and whether reorder timing needs adjustment. So this turns your workflow from reactive into repeatable. What you've just done is take a generic ClickUp template and turn it into a real e-commerce operations workflow. You didn't need a perfect inventory template. You needed a timeline, clear phases, and something you can reuse consistently. Now, every time you restock, replenish FBA, or place a supplier order, you duplicate this task instead of rebuilding the process from scratch. That's how operations stop living in your head and start living in a system. Now that the template is created and renamed, this is where it actually turns into an inventory and fulfillment workflow. So what we're doing here is breaking one big operational process into smaller trackable steps. So inventory management isn't a single task, it's a sequence of decisions and actions that need to happen in the right order. So ClickUp already gives us a structure with subtasks like research and goal, preparation, production, execution, and evaluation. So even though these were originally labeled for event planning, the logic translates perfectly into e-commerce. For example, research and goal can represent things like checking current inventory levels, reviewing sales velocity, and deciding how much stock you actually need to reorder. This is where forecasting happens before any money is spent. Once I added it to the list, it shows up here under to do. So when I click on here, I am going to see here everything we have saved already and all the changes we made. So now I will click onto inventory planning. So when you click into a subtask, you can immediately assign a start date and a due date. This is critical for inventory workflows because timing is everything. If you order too late, you stock out. If you order too early, you tie up cash. So dates force realism into your planning. You'll also notice you can assign the task to yourself or a team member, and this is especially useful if you're working with a VA, operations manager, or supplier. Inventory issues usually come from unclear ownership, so ClickUp fixes that by making responsibility visible. Next, you can set the task priority. In inventory terms, this helps you flag what's urgent versus what's routine. A restock for a fast-moving SKU might be urgent, while a long-term planning task can stay normal or low priority. So this prevents everything from feeling like a fire. You also have the option to change a subtask into a milestone. This is powerful for e-commerce operations. A milestone could be something like shipment arrives at Amazon or inventory checked in. Milestones help you track progress without cluttering your task list. Each subtask can also include checklists, which is where the real operational detail lives. This is where you'd add steps like confirming supplier payment, booking freight, uploading FBA shipment plans, or verifying quantities. Instead of relying on memory, the process lives inside of the task. The key idea here is that you're not forcing ClickUp to become an inventory tool, you're shaping a flexible structure into one. By adding subtasks, dates, owners, and priorities, this template becomes a repeatable system you can use every single time you manage inventory or fulfillment. And that's how you turn a generic template into an actual e-commerce operations workflow, one that reduces mistakes, improves timing, and gives you visibility into what's happening before problems show up. How to actually use this day to day. At this point, you don't need to keep building, you just need to start using this consistently. The real power of this workflow isn't in how detailed it is, it's in the fact that you can reuse it every time inventory moves. Every inbound shipment, every FBA replenishment, every supplier order starts the same way. Now that it duplicates, all you need to do is adjust the dates, then work through the phases in order, and that's how inventory management stops being reactive. You're no longer scrambling when stocks run low, you're following a process you already planned. ClickUp isn't replacing your inventory tools or Amazon reports, it's giving you operational control, visibility, ownership, and timing, which is what most sellers are actually missing. This setup is especially useful if you're selling on Amazon, running FBA, or working with suppliers overseas. Once lead times stretch past a few days, inventory becomes an operations problem, not just a purchasing decision. So this workflow gives you a way to manage that complexity without adding more spreadsheets or mental load. And you can always tag users that are accountable for each task. That's how to use ClickUp to build an inventory and fulfillment workflow using templates the right way by focusing on structure instead of starting from scratch. You saw how to choose a template that actually fits operations, adapt it for e-commerce, and turn it into a repeatable system you can use every time inventory moves. And if you haven't already, use the link below to open ClickUp and start building this for your own inventory process. I'm Erin from Ecom Mastery. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.